In this video, I'm going to be playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Super Nintendo while giving you soft commentary and rain sounds to hopefully help you fall asleep fast. If you're watching the shorts version of this, go ahead and click the bottom of your screen so you can watch the full version. Let's get into this wonderful fighting game from all of our childhoods. I'm terrible at it, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Also, trying to do the opening while playing is not the easiest thing in the world either. I mean, I won that round, but still, at what cost kind of thing. But don't worry, we're not going to have any crazy rage out moments or anything crazy really happen. We're just going to play through this a couple of times with different characters and see what happens. So don't get stressed out, obviously. It's a sleep video, not a competitive thing trying to show off my crazy Ryu skills. That one went a lot better, though. I'm more actually of a Mortal Kombat guy just because, I don't know, I just prefer Mortal Kombat overall. I like the lore and the characters and the, whole storyline and all that a lot more than Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter is a better game for the early ones especially, but Mortal Kombat, once it got good, it was on par with all the greatest Street Fighter things. And Street Fighter had a couple of misses for me too, actually. It had a couple of misses for me, honestly. Like Third Strike. It just took away so many characters I liked. I'm sure it was a wonderful game otherwise, or competitively it's probably great, but I don't know. It added a lot of characters that just didn't, I didn't feel connected to, basically. So, that's what happened. I would play the Super Street Fighter version, for Super Nintendo, the last one, Super Street Fighter 2. But I thought I would just try just regular Turbo, because this is probably the one most people would look for, is just regular Turbo. Plus, Super changed so much stuff. They added like 4 characters, ruined the sound, some other changes that a lot of people don't actually like. But yeah, I actually like Ryu more than what I've now found out are called charge characters. Basically, people where you have to charge up an attack versus just do the input that the thing does. Basically, Guile. Just that little crotch shot at the end. That was pretty good. I failed that one. It's fine though. I wasn't even really trying. I was trying to figure out how to do like a Shoryuken and stuff like that. That's what I was really trying to figure out right there while I had some time. Speaking of charge characters, I like Guile. I liked playing as Guile back in the day because he had such a good range. Like his kicking attacks was like so, gave you lots of range basically. So I don't know if they still play Street Fighter 2 competitively though. I know a lot of it's the newer ones, but maybe somebody does. See that move right there? That flip kick is a charge weapon, charge attack. The charge attack where basically you have to hold down for like 2 seconds, then hit up and kick at the same time, and it's actually pretty hard, honestly, even to pull it off if you time it correctly. And to me, there really isn't much reward, fighting wise with that, because it's like, you're kind of stuck in one spot for like 2 whole seconds just to pull off a move that really doesn't do super crazy damage, versus, you know, basic input characters like Ryu, where it's like, down forward punches, Hadouken, where you don't have to wait. I may be wrong. Maybe the charge characters are OP. I have no idea. Not those air throws in this game, like in Mortal Kombat, where if you hit block in the air, it'll throw your opponent. Ah, he got me. Yeah. Almost a double KO though there. I'm not worried about winning or losing that much anyway. Just sitting here just chilling. I remember that being like a thing where they tried to say that Chun-Li's fireball was something you could unlock in the original Street Fighter World Warrior thing. I thought that was kind of silly. But I wasn't, when it first came out, I was probably like 2 or 3 years old. I'm only 36, so I wasn't there when people actually talked about this game and cheat codes and all that and Shenlong, and I wasn't around for that. A little bit before my time, just slightly. Just slightly. I think this came out like what, 91, 92? I was born in 89, so yeah. I got that one. Probably not going to get too much on that, whatchamacallit, the barrel thing. And here's Zangief, who's technically my favorite to watch, but my least favorite to play as. My problem with Zangief is that all his moves are like, you have to basically do like these weird circle inputs to, like to do his pile driver, you have to do like a full circle on your controller without jumping somehow and have to time it just right. And I mean, even if you pull it off, it's a great damage dealer, I'm sure, but it's like all his stuff is sort of like a lot more hard to do in the moment, unless you really practice those particular types of moves, because there's no block button in Street Fighter 2. There's, you hold back to block, so it's not like, Mortal Kombat where they tell you to hit up on a certain fatality and you're just holding the block button so you don't jump, Street Fighter doesn't do that. Like, its block is holding back. It doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have a dedicated button like an R, L or R to do that. Ah, you little troll. Oh, he that was a nice dodge right there. They give him that. That was a pretty good dodge. That's one thing I do like about Ryu is that you can throw somebody, then hit them with the fireball before they stand up. Get that extra damage boost, you know? Get that free hit, sort of like the come here, you know, from Mortal Kombat. You know, like the come here, get over here, you know. That's the Street Fighter equivalent right there is throw, you know, plus fireball for me. Here's Balrog. He's not going to be much, I wouldn't think, but he might. I need to not say that. That was funny when they did the Street Fighter AI continue screen thing, and they got to Balrog, and it was just Mike Tyson with the bloody lip. It literally was just Mike Tyson with the bloody lip. It was hilarious. But they changed his name from M. Bison over there because they didn't want to have to deal with the dispute of it literally being Mike Tyson. In his prime, you know, I mean, boxer, black dude, looks just like Mike Tyson. Original name, M. Bison. I don't think there's headbutts in boxing, though. All right, that's Balrog done. Then Vega was called Balrog, which makes a little more sense. Because Balrog sounds more Spanish than American. And Bison was called Vega, which made plenty of sense. It just sounded right for him to be Vega, you know. It's weird. They had to mix all this stuff around. Told y'all I ain't going to do very good at this. Then again, this is the first time I've played it in at least a year or two. That face. Alright, here comes Vega. He's a little bit of a pain. That claw plus that speed. He's not the biggest pain though. For me, the biggest pain has to be Sagat with that spam, because he spams his fireballs like constantly. Like, it's just the entire fight is just him screaming tiger the entire time. And he's got that ridiculously long reach, and there's fireballs that never stop coming. The Vega gets you with speed, Balrog gets you if you're a closer encounter guy. Plus that little hitbox, it does a little flip thing. There's a way to actually break his claw. I can't remember how you do it though. I think you can also break his mask. I don't remember if you can break his mask. I know you can break his claw. I just can't remember what you have to do it. Here we go. Here's the troll. I freaking hate Sagat so bad. Just prepare for pain. See what I mean? Like you can do like that. Like you throw them, fireball them while they're, you know, stunned, go and try to get them another good hit on them. That was easy. I caught a good streak there with Sagat right there. So get a good one with him on that. I've actually never even thought about doing competitive online Street Fighter. It seems like it would be something to just irritate me. It's about as good of an M. Bison as I've ever done. He's done. Next. I didn't play that on 10 stars because I'm not crazy. But, pick someone else. I've played with every character in the past, but let's just go with Sagat because why not? I mean, he is the troll, so let's try to see if we can get something fun out of Sagat, even though I pretty much never play with him. His reach is incredible. But his hitbox is massive. So imagine it's a freaking nightmare to try to dodge anything with Sagat when it comes to or Sagat, whatever his name is. Becomes a projectile. He's probably a freaking headache to do that with. I was trying to figure out how he do his tiger uppercut thing. Oh, he somehow dodged that. Oh, we both knocked each other out at the same time almost. Nice little double knockdown there. That was pretty good. I don't understand how the stun thing exactly works either. It just kind of happens. I'm not even trying to take it seriously. I'm just literally just playing through it to burn up some time is all. Probably play as Guile next just because why not? Maybe Honda. That air throw not being a thing is gonna bother me now. The reason I save state so much is just out of habit. I don't know why. It's literally like an impulse at this point. I can figure out that uppercut. So it's the same thing as a Shoryuken. Okay. I'll just run the timeout. I don't care. Just points anyway. It doesn't actually affect anything else. Alright. I feel like Sagat might not be one of my favorites, honestly. He just doesn't flow as smoothly as the others for me. Don't feel as confident when I'm playing a Sagat, even though he basically has the same moveset as Ryu. Like, you know, think about fireball, uppercut. But I mean, he doesn't have like the spin kick thing, but it's basically the same move set input wise. I know there's some people that may be more adept at it that will probably write novels about how I'm wrong, but oh, you little troll, you, that biting thing. See, that's the thing that the CPU can basically do those moves without having to do the charge time at all. You know, they can just throw down a flip kick at you just like it's a, you know, a down forward punch kind of thing, you know? There you go, flawless victory. I know someone's gonna get mad at that. It's perfect, not flawless victory. I had to throw that in there. I had to say that joke. Little troll. Ooh, he's livening up. Ooh, almost caught me there. Got a little lively there. Got real lively there for a second. Oh, that's actually very useful for this mini game. That leg must be something if it can break bricks that easily. China. Chun-Li again. I thought it was weird that guy back there holding his chicken upside down, choking it. You know that they knew what they were doing with that, choking your chicken. Pretty sure it's a rooster on top of that, not a regular chicken. You got a little distracted there. It's fine. Let's try that again. Paying too much attention to the background and not the fight. It's amazing. Like in China, it's like a 7-foot dude is like shooting fireballs out of his hand, beating up probably a 5'2" girl And they're just like, whatever. They're just cool with it, you know. What's that other guy doing? Getting his pressure washer going? Got her. She got a little uppity right there for a second. A little too fast on the fireball there. Oh, he is really tanking me right now. You want to tank, bro? You want to tank on me? Want to tank these shots? Take that one. Knock the taste out of your mouth. I'm not going to do every character. I've done that before, and it was just... That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm just going to do a couple of playthroughs. Just however long I want to play around with this. A Balrog again. Or Balrog. Toying with them a little bit right there. I love how it's like you're in Vegas, but like the street lights up saying Las Vegas as if you didn't know. You know what I mean? That's just kind of funny. That's totally not Mike Tyson. I just skip past this. Spain. Vega again. I like how in later ones, like there's like a little opening animation where like it shows like the cage coming down behind you, like right before the Vega fight. I don't know if they do that in the Super or maybe a Super Turbo that they start doing that, but I always thought that was really cool. We actually get to see the cage come down. Dude, Vega's getting on my nerves right now with all this hopping around. He's just all that flash, all that dodging. I guess it's a mirror match between Sagat and Sagat now. Told y'all he's a troll. He was gonna win that one. He was gonna win that one too. I think the hardest thing in this game, fighting wise, is closing the gap. Like closing the gap between you and your opponent, especially if they could do projectiles, makes it a lot more difficult. Where Mortal Kombat generally, there's a lot less. I feel like there's a lot less distance to close in a Mortal Kombat, at least the earlier Mortal Kombat games, whereas a lot less projectile damage dealers. Like, I mean, of course you had like what, Raiden, who would do minimal damage, and then you had, I guess, Liu Kang would shoot fireballs, but pretty much everybody else is mostly not projectile for the most part. I mean, Sub-Zero's freeze didn't hurt you, and Scorpion's spear didn't really do a ton of damage either. It was just more of a closing the distance move, really. Same thing as Sub-Zero's move, is a closing the distance kind of move. Meant to, keep them, rather drag them to you or keep them in a spot where you could get a free hit kind of thing, Him and that Psycho Driver, he is really spamming that today. We almost got a double KO there. Almost got a double KO there. That was definitely something. Done. Okay, that's Sagat. Alright, Sagat's done. Go with Honda. Why not? I've never actually played as Honda, but why not try? Oh my God. That freaking thousand hand slap thing is brutal, bro. Holy crap. Oh, there you go. You get a replay of the last playthrough right there. There's actually the only save state all the way back there. Let's go with Guile. Probably not going to use any of his special moves really because they're charges, but I do like his regular attacks anyway. Oh, she's going to catch me on this one. No, never mind. That was close. Almost caught me there. I'll show you what I mean by charge. So you gotta like hold back for like 2 seconds, right? And then you have to hit forward, and then your move, it's like, bro. Like, bro, that is so hard. That is so bad to time in an actual fight, in this game where it's like you're really having to be like split-second decisions the entire time, Having to actually sit there and wait for something to charge up, that sucks. I don't think Mortal Kombat has any charge characters at all. As far as I know, they don't. It's all input with Mortal Kombat. And they also don't do that half circle, full circle stuff either. Well, actually, I mean, they do for fatalities, I think. Maybe they do it for fatalities. Fatalities usually like 2 or 3 direction buttons and then a attack button. Like it'll be like forward, down, forward, Y or something to do like a certain fatality, or run, block, run, or something like, I forgot what it was, a bunch like running and blocking combinations, do Sub-Zero's overhead ice smash thing. It worked there. Maybe it does work a little better because there is that distance between the two. It does take a few seconds to actually close that distance where you can actually hit the person, get close enough to actually hit them. But you know what? I do take it back. There is a charge attack in MK, but it's only one character. It's Liu Kang's bicycle kick is a charge attack where you have to hold A down for like 2 or 3 seconds. But that's only like one move, and like you can actually do that. If you hold A down before the round starts, you can start with the bicycle kick. And that's really one of the, you can also just move around as long as you're holding down A. So you don't have to just stay in one spot and do it. So slightly different. There goes Dawson, round 1. And the elephants cheered. I might do all of them. Actually, might do all of them. I doubt it. No, that was such a pain in the butt last time, but I did that all in one day though last time. That's probably why I think it's such a pain. It's playing like 8 or 12 ladders at one sitting. See what I mean though? It's like you have to wait for the thing to charge up and then you throw the sonic boom and then he blocks it. Ooh, he's gonna catch me, I think. Could have been a double KO, but I caught him at the very last frame of health. Yep. I just don't find the destruction things fun. Oh, you spammer. Sorry, I had to adjust my seat and my microphone. He is just mauling me right now. Try that again. Trying to throw in some special moves just to keep it interesting. Bro, he is just mauling me right now. I didn't change the difficulty. I really didn't. Dude, man is just mauling me today. Dude, I'm just getting my butt handed to me hardcore on this one. What is going on with Ryu in this ladder, bro? Dude, what on earth is going on with Ryu in this one? He is just mauling me. I think the game finally just got tired of me winning or something. It just went super aggressive out of nowhere. See what I mean? You don't even have time. You can't even like do anything. It's like it just locks you into a stun lock. I mean, I get this great for competitive, but it's like, dude. It's like I don't have this thing anywhere near 10 stars. What happened? I don't know what is going on there, bro. Good God. Just got freaking nailed. Bro, come on. I mean, I get that he's supposed to fight back, but it's like he is just comboing me. Like he's doing a Mortal Kombat on me. Like, you know, the AI in Mortal Kombat do stuff like this, where everything you do, they immediately block or counter it after a certain point. And that's what this game is doing to me. I'm not. Maybe I just suck with Guile. I think I just suck with Guile. I legit. I'm just look at. Do you see this? This is a joke. That's a joke, bro. I'm just gonna pick somebody else because that's a joke. I can't get anywhere with Guile. I just can't. That's just not. I'm not good enough with that character to even do that. I don't know what happened there, but I guess let's go with Ken, because why not? Just, I don't know what that was about. That was outrageous. I'm just not good with charge characters is all. I admit that. I try to be like somebody that plays like all of the characters. Like I don't practice with one character. Like I don't even practice the games I actually cover, because it's like I make so many videos. Like I've already made like 80 videos, almost like 80 full-length videos in like a month and a half, you know? Just like I'm posting like 2 videos a day average. So I never actually sit down and be like, you know, let me get really good at this game. No, I need to get through this game, you know, as fast as possible to throw it up there to, you know, put today's post out kind of thing. And it's kind of hard to do repeats of the same game, because it's like, you know, when you're doing fall asleep while I play, which is what I do, it's like, what do you call part 2? Because if you say part 2, it's gonna basically get no views because it's part 2, and the algorithm hates part numbers. When it comes to gaming, like saying any part 2, part 3, part 10, part anything is pretty much poison for your videos. So you have to figure out how to say, I guess, like, you know, that's why I see it say like fall asleep while I play Street Fighter 2 again, or, you know, one more time, stuff like that. Because, you know, having part 2, or, you know, any type of part or episode number, basically at this point makes people think, well, I can't watch this because I need to watch part 1 first, and that basically kills your video. So that's why I usually don't do the same video twice, the same game twice. But also you're kind of neutered in a way where it's like, you know, it's hard to really title it based on what path you're doing either, you know. Because you got to keep that same format, so it's very restrictive to do what I do. You got to figure out a way to do it, you know. But I've basically played through entirely 70 plus games in a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You ain't got time to practice when you're playing, you know, beating a different game every day. I'm just saying. But I tell people don't look for expert gameplay, look for relaxation. And a lot of the videos really are just kind of videos sort of like because you have to. You know what I mean? It's like some videos are just like, you know, if you're gonna play Super Nintendo games on your channel, you have to play Street Fighter. You have to play Mario World. Like, there's just some games people are like, well, why didn't he do that one? You know, something obvious. Like, if you were gonna play RPGs, why didn't you play Chrono Trigger? Why didn't you play Final Fantasy VI? Why didn't you play, you know, Zelda? Zelda's not an RPG, by the way. I know people are gonna say that, but it's not. It's in the adventure genre. Different thing entirely. RPG to me basically means it deals with experience points, usually some type of storyline that's, you know, very involved, you know, plot twists and stuff, and not like, you know, Zelda, which is more of a action adventure sort of thing like Metroid would be, you know, where it's about, you know, getting the new item to unlock the new location, you know. That's not as prevalent in RPGs where it's more about the story than the gameplay. Bro, what is Dawson doing right now? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Nice try, idiot. It didn't work. He's going to be a troll this time, probably. Dude, Ryu is just giving me every bit of trouble that he can tonight. I'll play this a different time. I'll be back. Actually, you know what? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I realized that I was actually going a little longer than I wanted to with this video, but I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Consider becoming a member. Check out my other videos. See you later.